Time to check in with some of our local politicians, including Member of Parliament for Regina-Wascana, Michael Kram, who is in studio with us this morning. Michael, thank you so much for being here.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Let's start out with, it's a break week, and then you get back to work. And first priority once you get back into the Parliament Hill.
Well, I think that the events of the last couple of days in the Middle East will certainly be taking up a lot of attention, but that certainly highlights the importance of NATO and the importance of our collective security.
Yeah, and you were recently chosen to join a Canadian delegation to the NATO Parliamentary Forum in Brussels. What does that mean to you, and what does that actually entail?
Yes, well, I had the honor and privilege of visiting NATO headquarters in Belgium last month, along with representatives from all 32 NATO countries, and we had some productive discussions, and I was pleased to see the high level of commitment from all NATO countries to the alliance, because it's a very important part of our collective security.
What struck you when you walked in? Because it is a huge building, yes.
You certainly have to go through quite a few levels of security to get into NATO headquarters, but once the discussion started, I was struck by the level of commitment to meeting our 2% GDP targets for all NATO countries. And more recently, all NATO countries have committed to spending 5% of GDP on defense by 2035. So that does present some challenges and opportunities for Canada in particular.
You've spent some time in your home delegation. You're talking to members, of course, all the time. What are their biggest concerns beyond affordability, which I think is universal?
I would say the future of the country is top of mind. A lot of people are wondering if they're going to have the same Canada that they grew up in and that their parents and grandparents enjoyed. And more and more Canadians I talk with are concerned whether they'll be able to pass on a higher standard of living to their children, as has been the case since the beginning of the country. So that's the future of the country has certainly been a concern for a lot of Canadians.
What's your view on that?
Well, I think we need to do a better job of governing the country, and we need to have fewer wasteful policies and be more mindful of the struggles that everyday Canadians are facing, whether it's increased food bank use or increased rates of child poverty, or the difficulty that people are having struggling to make ends meet.
Are we not putting enough money into the problems, or are there not enough support?
I would say we have too much government overhead that is not allowing the private sector to meet the needs of the population. We have so much potential and so many natural resources in this country, but a lot of our natural resources stay in the ground because of overregulation and higher taxes, and we need to do more to export what we have, especially in this province, around the world to lead to future prosperity.
Is that what the major projects program is trying to do by opening up the Churchill rather? And
I've noticed a lot of cheerleading and a lot of photo ops from the major projects office, but they haven't actually approved any projects yet. They've reapproved some projects that were already on the go, but I would say actually moving forward and using those tools that the government has would be beneficial in creating more prosperity in this country.
Michael, it's always great to catch up with you. Thanks for doing this.
Okay, same here, Daryl.